Greetings, life forms, wherever you're receiving us. This is Justin.
And Matt.
And I am the king of nonsense, Landon Doan.
All right. We're back again.
Is it McConaughey Tuesday?
It's McConaughey Tuesday. And we're so glad you're with us here on Nerd
Lincoln,
News.
everybody.
Intense. I'm telling you. Every McConaughey commercial for Lincoln, it's like Abraham Lincoln. The way
I know how to spell Lincoln.
The way Matthew McConaughey sells those Abraham Lincolns is
right.
is so intense.
I know he's looking at that hat, but you need it.
Well, I want to welcome our listeners back to our digital coffee table here. This is episode number 56 of Nerd News Cafe. We are recording on July the 30th, so when this drops into your earballs, it will be August 1st. So welcome to we're officially going to kick off the countdown to Christmas. And I think it's time. Now we're coming out of, we just came out of D23 weekend. We came out of San Diego Comic-Con. We're finally able to get back to some standard formats where we're going to be looking at some headlines. So as we roll into taking a look at what came out this week and what kinds of things we're excited about, I'm going to invite our lovely listeners to go out and take a look at our Twitter account so they can follow along. That's Twitter, and it is nerd_news_cafe. Take a look. We've tweeted out a bunch of stuff this week. We've also liked and retweeted and quoted things. And it's nice. I think Matt said it's like a little preview going out, and it's almost like a preview of what we're going to be talking about in the show.
Or not talk about,
because we might not get to it.
More accurately.
But if you do follow the Twitter, it's an opportunity for you to get a little preview, and then you're like, wow, I'm not going to listen to this one.
And skip.
Hey, as long as you download,
I'm cool with it. Yeah. We've said this before. We love you, but if you don't listen, we're okay too.
just keep subscribing in the iTunes store and Stitcher and Podbean.
And we're okay with hate listens if you want to do that.
Oh yeah, hate listen us to death.
Yeah, some of us like those even more,
but not literal death. What? I only hate watch one show right now. Actually, my entire family, at home, Fear the Walking Dead, we hate watch as a family. We hate watch. We're just like, ugh.
But you still watch.
We still watch it.
You are counted.
I think so.
In the Nielsen ratings.
In the DVR Nielsen ratings.
Yeah, the severely out-of-date Nielsen ratings. It's 2017, and we still use that outdated, archaic piece of shit. That blows my mind. Sorry, edit.
Hey, I don't know. This may be the week that I'm pulling that E for Everyone tag off because...
Oh, wow. Are you telling me you're going to follow in the footsteps of Game of Thrones talk, a.k.a. GOT talk?
I might be. Inspired by the hottest new podcast to hit the airwaves.
Exactly. It's the best podcast that nobody's listening.
That's no Hordo. Hordor, sorry.
Hordo.
I messed my own joke up, man. That sucks.
Good God. Hordo is my favorite character from Mortal Kombat.
Hordo.
I really liked it when he was part of the Fellowship of the Ring.
Oh, yeah.
You could have his axe.
Killed him off way too early.
You could have my scythe. No. Come on.
Add Hodor.
So I want to make a quick correction to one thing because I did learn something.
Today I learned.
This is the risk of talking about breaking news because sometimes we do talk about rumors and then things get adjusted afterwards and we're like, oh, well, that thing that I ranted about for 20 minutes, maybe I should have hit the little break, hit the brakes.
No, you're just doing what I do. You just start talking and if it makes sense, sure.
Yeah. Well, I want to go back to talking about some changes that were coming to Disney World and the Magic Kingdom Park because they are... It was not fake news that the Tron coaster is coming to Tomorrowland, but I did say they were replacing the Tomorrowland Speedway, so the little cars that kids can drive are going away. They're not. They're not going away at all. So they're actually, what's happening with the Tron coaster is it's going to go outside the current confines.
You can race the kids on the cars.
Yeah.
Come on, Billy.
You will win. No, it's actually going to expand past the current confines of the Magic Kingdom Park. The coaster will go outside and then come back in. So
the parking lot.
Yeah, it was just a former expansion pad.
Oh, I was about to say, there's a lot of coasters that seem like, I know random memory, but I remember SeaWorld had one that like dipped over into the parking lot. I was like, I don't know if I really like that.
Six Flags has one like
Do
that
they?
in
I've
Georgia.
heard, yeah, somebody told me that too. I was like,
And I believe Universal Studios also has one that kind of like dips over at least the beginning of their parking lot.
The thing is, you're using airspace, so why not?
yeah, true.
Yeah.
All you need is to have your station where you get on the train, on the coaster.
Station.
Yeah, station. You need to have station inside the park, and then where it goes after that, totally up to you. You
That
just
is
need
true.
support structure. But so there you go. So I was kind of being like an old man curmudgeon about them taking away the cars. Not that I
I
would.
like my kids driving. It makes me feel good.
I was just saying that I know that the idea is that
No,
this
that's
is a family park and they need family rides,
sure.
so they're not taking them away. So that's good.
Exactly. Best of both worlds.
Yeah. So, all right. Now let's get into the real headlines of the week. I'm going to start us off with giving some love to Matt because sometimes I push Star Trek news to the back burner, and I'm not going to do that.
Sometimes?
this week. Frequently.
Wow.
All the time.
But
You try to give this guy a bone. Nothing but a hater.
I know, but I get it. I don't always feature. I don't always feature the Star Trek
Trek's in
news
kind
like
of
I
a
should.
flux right now anyway.
Well, that's exactly what we're going to talk about.
Yeah.
So some details came out around Brian Fuller's departure from Star Trek
yeah,
Discovery,
he spoke out.
and it's really interesting. So, what were your thoughts on that?
I mean, I get it, but I can tell that CBS, they wanted a serial series, I guess is what it is. And he's like, no, I want to do an anthology. He wanted to do something out of the box.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, he's done Voyager. He's done Deep Space Nine. I think he was involved with Next Generation. I don't want to say for sure. But he wanted an anthology where you're jumping all over the place.
Yeah.
And that's not what CBS wanted. Plus, his scope and I think his budget were a little high, a little past what they wanted to
It
do.
sounds like
Yeah.
he had some really big ambitions.
And
yeah.
I wish we would have gotten those ambitions because I was excited about the anthology. I wasn't. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm getting into what we're doing now. You know, I see the scope we're trying to go, and they're going with what works.
Yeah.
I get it. I don't know. Now that I know this information, it makes it harder to really look at the other one with that what if in your mind all the time.
Well, I think you're exactly right. Because if you read this article from the dailydot.com, July 28th, it's why visionary showrunner Brian Fuller left Star Trek Discovery. And one of the things that it talks about in here is that his vision was too big, essentially.
yeah,
because
it's just too much for what they wanted to do.
yeah, it was saying that he set out to have a heavily allegorical and complex storyline, and as soon as he was gone, CBS dropped that.
Yeah, they're like, nope.
Yeah, which is kind of disappointing.
And the two people that are taking it over, are the two people who have worked with him the most.
Yeah.
So I guess they think that because they, was it assimilation by proximity? Yeah, that they'll be able to do what he does.
So it's saying that the vision changed, but they thought they'd have some continuity because they kept those two people, which were Aaron Harberts and Gretchen Berg. But the other thing he wanted, which this makes total sense to me, Fuller wanted the suits to
The
look like
60s.
1960s
I know,
costumes,
and I
which
was
makes
like,
total
yes.
sense because it's supposed to be pre-TOS.
Pre-TOS, and now we have they get into it, but not much in that article about that CBS changed the suits to a more updated look, and I'm like, no, you changed the suits to what people recognize from the movies.
Yeah, I think so.
Which is not the timeline you say you're in.
Yeah, it's getting a little
That's
muddy.
what's hard. That's what's hard. Is there really? And then the technology looks totally different. I mean, you're talking. And it's funny because I just happened to be looking through Star Trek sounds. Imagine that, Star Trek sounds. This guy. I was trying to find a ringtone here, but I was looking through there, and they had a sonar sound that was on TOS that was how they found located. It was like that. Yeah. And that's how that was their sonar sound. That's what they were. It wasn't sonar by no means in space, I would imagine, but. It was that sound. They don't have that in that. It's like the sensors say, sensors are from Next Gen. Way, way ahead. So, I don't know. We'll see what we get. I mean, I'm excited for Star Trek to be back on TV, sort of, because it's not really on TV. It's on paywall TV.
Right.
So, but I guess we'll give it a chance, see what happens.
CBS Streamy.
Yeah.
It's TV adjacent.
TV adjacent. I love
Good
that. TV adjacent. It's kind of like network, but you give them money.
Yeah, I almost feel like you went into the pitch of HBO. It's like cable, but not.
But not. But cable makes it worth your money. I promise you. They make it worth your money because let me tell you that this guy, Westworld season 2, I am ready. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, Westworld is one of those shows that I'm slowly catching up on. I can see why people like this show.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's a mind warp.
Very much so. Very much so.
So, I don't want to make a comparison to something that we've railed against, but it feels a little bit like some of the disruption that we love to hate that's gone around the Batman movie.
Oh, I know. It's the exact same creative, wish-washy, that's not what we're paying for kind of thought process. And CBS, I mean, I've said it before, I would love for anybody else to buy this property.
Yeah.
Anybody else to buy this property because CBS, you've done it to death, brother. It's done. You're done.
So let me ask you this question. The other thing we heard about this week was that the Klingons are going to be subtitled.
I mean, they've done it before, I think. In the movies. I don't know that they've done it in the TV shows. But, when they're and they're talking in the movies, Klingon.
I'm sorry, do what now?
You get subtitles on them sometimes. But, I mean, I could see that. I get what they're going for. Translators at this point are not supposed to be that great. That's what Uhura's whole thing was. She was, communications. So, I don't know. We'll see what we get. I mean, the Klingons are not the Klingons we know, but they say there's a story. Bear with them, So,
yeah,
I'll bear with them.
This was coming from a Comic Book Now article where they were talking about something that Gretchen Berg had revealed during the Comic-Con panel. And she did say that if you're fluent in Klingon, you would be able to listen to it without the subtitles. So, all you nerds, no fear.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's nice. That's nice that they stayed with the language.
Got to give it to him on that. And it's like, I'm not as into Star Trek as Matt, but from, I guess, a noob standpoint, I kind of like the fact that they are going to go with the subtitles. Really makes it feel like a, quote, foreign language.
Yeah. Do you think that Google Translate has Klingon?
I'm willing to bet they do.
That they should if they don't.
That would be interesting.
Yeah.
Hell, Siri can sing you part of Bohemian Rhapsody. I'm pretty sure Google Translate knows Klingon at this point. like we are like just one really bad glitch away from Skynet, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh,
always the
there.
Skynet threat.
Oh, we're getting there. Fear the robots.
Yep.
Fear the AI.
Well, did we like the whole thing, the fight between Zuckerberg and Elon Musk over who?
Oh, the billionaire battle?
Yeah, it's like, you don't know AI, I know AI. I feel like it's two kids fighting over some genre.
Yeah.
And I feel like us. I feel like us, everybody else, it's like the dad at the table. It's like, would you two shut up?
That's right. No one cares about what you care about.
Can you take it outside or something? Yeah. Why don't you all just make out and get it over with?
Yeah, I'm trying to read the sports over here.
That's right. But they're just like, he doesn't know much about it as much as I do. Well, okay, maybe not, but everybody has an opinion, man.
Yeah. Those have not been outlawed.
I like Elon Musk, but I mean, you're not the all say all.
Yeah. He is to me.
Or is he?
He is to me.
Or is he? He might be a time traveler.
I think he himself is AI. Has anyone ever really seen him?
He's the one that believes we're in the simulation. He's the one that thinks we're in the Matrix.
We're plugged in. Well, he's the one that's out. He's Neo.
He's Neo?
Yeah.
He would love to be Neo, I think. Do you think he has a big leather jacket he just straps on?
That made me think. Have you ever seen Grandma's Boy?
Oh, absolutely.
Grandma's Boy. Yeah.
How did they see me?
The programmer guy.
That guy's. He's in his room and he's in this huge chair with all these monitors.
I could see Elon Musk hooked into a system like that as he's doing design. I heard recently that he spends like 80% of his time on design. Like, that's just all he's doing. So I could see him totally in this pod, surrounded by screens and devices.
Playing some real hard electronic music.
I would love to know what
robots
kind of
throwing up everywhere.
Considering the amazing things that we get from the mind of Elon Musk, I would love to know the things that come out of his mind that never see the light of day.
Seriously.
Like the things that he's like, maybe that's a bit too far. Because he says some pretty out there stuff sometimes.
Who's the car designer? Is it Scott Foos?
For Tesla or
no. There's a guy out there. That's all he does. He designs cars.
Oh, he just designs cars.
Yeah, I wish I could remember his name. I know there's some people out there who's like, you're idiot. I'm horrible at names.
It's all right.
But anyway, that's all he does is design cars. So I mean, I guess it'd be cool to have that much time to sit around and think about things. Yeah.
Yeah.
So. I would still piss away my time. I say, man, I'd really love to just sit and think. No, I would be on Battlefield 1 for at least 2 weeks.
Oh,
and then
hey, Elon Musk is a big Overwatch player.
oh well, see, then he's
Yeah.
he's just us. Then I'm okay. That makes me feel better about him now. He's like, yeah, I'm totally doing design. Oh, you're gonna do it.
I wonder what Elon Musk mains on Overwatch.
That's a really good question. I wonder if that's something we could Google, because I bet he's talked
To
about
the Google. To the Google.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay. Gizmodo. Who does Elon Musk play? Who does Elon Musk play as in Overwatch?
Hodor.
This is a Gizmodo article, Gizmodo.com from January. So we're way behind on this one.
Because it was
Per
breaking
usual.
news.
Yeah. Well, I think this is pretty important news.
No. But
I do too.
Overwatch is big. It really is.
Speaking of Overwatch, they just dropped their newest character, Doomfist, free to download. So if you are an Overwatch player, update it and go give out, I think, the 25th character a shot.
So here you go. Elon Musk mains Bastion.
Really? Okay, he's a Bastion. I can respect that. As long as he's not maining Genji or some crap like that. Genji's the worst.
You guys are speaking Chinese. I never
Nope.
played Overwatch.
And he,
Dude,
and he
Overwatch is awesome.
Oh, I know it is. I just never played it.
apparently he does like to play Soldier 76 as well.
Okay, all right. I can respect
I can
that.
hear some judgment in that.
No, Soldier
whatever.
76,
Sure.
if you're good with
Sure, if
76,
you're Soldier 76, whatever.
if you're good with 76, he can do a lot. I mean, he's DPS, he's heals,
He can heal, yeah.
he has crowd control. So, I mean,
Yeah.
like, if you're good with 76, play as him.
I play a lot of 76 actually. Because my strategy is typically I try to find like a spot where I can pop out of and pop a few dudes and then go back and get some heals and then pop back out and pop a few dudes. And 76 is good for that because you can just drop your it's an area of effect heal. So you drop it down, you stand there for a minute, go out, and even if you get hit, you just go back to your little happy spot. Go back to your hidey hole and pop back out. Bam, bam, bam.
and 76 has that dash ability, which is really good.
Yeah, so there you go. Oh, I wanted to say before, I know we got kind of far away from the Klingon talk, but I like it, and here's why. As a Star Wars main fan, I like Star Trek too. Star Trek is my alt. My main is Star Wars.
That's your alt.
Nice. Yeah.
Opposite here.
And that's all right. It takes all kinds in this world. I've complained in the past that I don't think in the prequels that George Lucas did enough of aliens with subtitles. That they did it in the original trilogy quite a bit, and I think it really adds something to it to have the aliens having their own language, and you actually get to hear that, and then you don't have to worry. Like for example, if Jar Jar, and this is a big if Jar Jar had been subtitled and talking in some foreign annoying language the whole time, which I'm sure would have been some combination of like Rastafarian and something really racist.
How about you?
But if they had done that, I don't think he would have been as bad because you wouldn't have been getting the groan moments of like his one-liners and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying?
Well, you could just not look at them. You could choose not to read.
Yeah. So it would have been more like listening to Sebulba, for example. Who I think, because he has some really cheesy lines.
Yeah.
But it's not as bad because it's all in some Sebulba language. So there you go. Anyway, that's my opinion.
I think
I
if
like
they had
the Klingon
made
subtitles.
I don't want to get into this subject, but do you think he would have been better as a Sebulba attitude?
A Sebulba added.
Yeah, just an a-hole instead of being, oh, look at me, I'm happy-go-lucky.
Jar Jar?
Yeah. What if he was just a jerk the whole time?
Well, I think that, but the idea was that he was supposed to be lovable.
No,
so.
I don't like that.
I don't either.
Though in theory, I don't know if it could have made the character any worse. So.
You're right.
Oh, true.
You right.
Yeah. You can go no wrongs with any decision at this point.
In hindsight, you right. All right, I'm gonna skip or switch subjects on us really quick. So I saw that we did like a Screen Rant tweet.
Oh yeah,
that 4 days ago was talking about Ghostbusters. Harold Ramis's daughter responds to proposed CGI Egon. And this is something we've talked about a lot.
This is a callback to
it has
something.
Come up.
Do you own your face property?
And she actually, but to her credit, she said if it was done right, she'd be okay with it.
Sure, she would.
But she would absolutely veto it if it was not working.
And I think that person who is, I guess, the closest relative, he didn't have a wife, right? Or his wife died, or I don't know.
I don't know.
Even if it's the wife, just the family come in. This is what we've done. Show them a screening of the movie. Or screening of what they've done with him.
Or like a test scene.
Yeah, a test scene. This is what we're doing. This is how we're going to do it. This is his voice. What do you think?
Yeah.
And then, yay or nay?
And this came out of the San Diego Comic-Con panel where
Yeah.
Ivan Reitman was talking about the possibility of making another Ghostbusters.
I mean, he's the original writer of it too.
Yeah.
I mean, he is. It's not like somebody. It's not like Paul Walker who was in the film but not involved with the making of the film. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
This,
This is his baby.
Yeah, this is Harold Ramis. This is it. This is his stuff.
Yeah.
So
So basically, he said, yeah, he'd still consider doing it, and he'd have no problem using a CGI version of Harold Ramis. And the thing about it is, we've seen it done well, and we've seen it done very badly.
yes, we have.
So it could go the spectrum. But his daughter, Violet Ramis, she said,
Nice. That's a nice name.
it is Violet Ramis. That's
Violet
really nice.
Ramis.
It
That's a
sounds
cool name.
Poetic.
Yeah,
She said,
Harold Ramis could do no wrong.
exactly.
that's right.
She
He
said,
even wrote good names.
He's cool like that.
So here's her quote. It's bizarre. Personally, for me, it's hard to imagine that people would accept it. But who knows? The technology now is amazing. I try to think what he would have thought, which is what we would all want, right? Mm-hmm. If it's great and it works, then good. If there's a problem, then obviously no. So she leaves the door open. And
She's not against it. I mean, and here's the thing: it'd be kind of like one last look at her dad doing something, in a sense, I guess. More of an essence and an epitaph than anything else.
And plus, like she said, as the technology gets better and better, it takes away those jarring, oh my God, what is that moments that we used to get when CG was, used as a mask. So it's like
Beowulf.
if the family's okay with it, like, I mean, when people pass away, if they can plan for their, inevitable passing away, they will name somebody who is the head of their estate to deal with stuff like that. I don't think having an entertainment head of an estate would be a bad idea going forward.
No, it's a new thing for agents to get a control on.
I just think
Yeah.
when we talked about it previously, I said it should, from now on, if you expect you're making something that could be a franchise, it needs to be
Any
up front in the contract to say, okay, we're creating a character, and you either need to agree that we have the rights to continue to use this character that looks like you or not. Because if something happens, we now have the technology to keep going without you.
Well, and here's where that gets real sticky. What if you just choose not to do it? I don't want to be in the next Transformers. Sorry, Mark Wahlberg, we got you.
Now that's interesting.
That's what I'm saying.
But that's why I'm saying I think it has to be clearly defined in the contract.
Yes, yeah. Well, that's what you're saying. There needs to be some legality to the whole situation because we're starting to get into, almost a holographic kind of world now. It's like you don't have to necessarily be in anything. So,
But on the flip side, what if they had this type of language for the Dark Knight trilogy? And as amazing as Heath Ledger's performance was, I kind of feel like it would be cheapened if in the Dark Knight Returns or Rises, I forget the third Nolan Batman's name, but I kind of feel like it would cheapen that amazing performance. Be like, oh,
Yeah.
but
okay.
I'm
a
with
good
you on that
point.
because I felt like that was more of Heath Ledger as an actor than it was the
Exactly.
character being portrayed anyway.
He wasn't. Yeah, I guess too.
it was
get
the
into,
embodiment you got, not the character you see.
Exactly.
We haven't seen a movie yet where it's been one of the main characters that they CGI'd in. Like it's always been, like with Leia at the very
Paul
end.
Walker was a
she had
main.
one
They
line.
had to figure out how to finish. Now it wasn't the entirety of the movie.
But I'm saying in the movie where they used him.
yeah,
What-
it was just the end of it.
Right.
It was just the end.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
just had to use his brother and face overlay and they
So
did
that's what I'm getting.
You haven't
at.
seen it
Like,
yet, but
We
it's
haven't
okay.
seen them. We haven't seen them take a CGI character of someone who's passed and use it as a main
continuously.
character
Yeah,
in the movie.
people have to react to
So-
him. Well, no,
Because you get into issues with lighting and all kinds of things. We saw it because I think you got both sides of it.
It's
with-
almost like a
with
Gollum
Peter
type
Cushing.
esque, thing because somebody's going to have to be there.
Oh yeah,
for
they
them
have to have an actor. Yeah,
They have to have an actor. So it's like I said, it's going to be that Gollum type character. Or I can't. What is that guy's name?
Andy Serkis.
Andy
Andy
Serkis,
Serkis.
who is awesome. Because they showed. You always see him do the Gollum, but if you guys ever get a chance, do the behind the scenes for him doing Caesar. That's
Oh,
insane.
God.
Because he is
Like-
an actor. He is truly an actor.
Yeah.
And
I'm
his-
so glad you mentioned that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I mean, I don't watch the Planet of the Apes movies. I watched the first one, and I might give him a chance. I don't know. We're not doing that today. But but him behind the scenes with the face, the little balls all over his face and stuff like that, where they have to find the pinpoints of facial expressions. Man, it is amazing to watch him do the Caesar performance.
Yeah.
because he has to do it. So if you're going to put who would you put in for Harold Ramis?
Who would stand in for him?
Yeah, I mean, first off, you got to find somebody the same height, so forth. I mean, I'm sure they can adjust those things, but you don't want to do too much. I
Well,
would think.
and the thing is, I don't think you use face actors for that, because my example is the Peter Cushing situation.
Yeah.
Because it wasn't Andy Serkis that did that. They just brought in somebody.
Right. They brought in somebody who was kind of the same build, right?
And similar build, but that doesn't even matter as long as they can master the mannerisms and that sort of thing.
And that guy said he watched Peter Cushing, not just his Star Wars, but like all of his other stuff. So you need somebody who can basically play. It's sad as an actor, you're not playing a part; you're playing someone else as a part.
Right.
That's insane to me. That's into the rabbit hole.
Isn't that kind of what they did? I mean, back in the early 90s when Brandon Lee passed away shooting The Crow, though?
Yeah, that's true. But did they really do any, like, CGI?
It wasn't
facing?
CGI.
No, it wasn't CGI. They found somebody of similar build of Brandon Lee, put the Crow makeup on, and just kind of shot away from his face.
I forgot about that. Wow, yeah, that's a good pull, man.
You would have to ask yourself, if The Crow was being shot today and the unfortunate events happened, how would that play out?
Oh, absolutely, they'd CGI. Once Fast and Furious has done it now, everybody's got it in their head it can happen.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You're probably right.
Yep, you can bring them into anything now. It doesn't matter. We're going to get a movie soon that's got, like, Marilyn Monroe as the lead actress.
Oh, absolutely. Well, we're already Snickers commercials.
She's selling stuff. She's
That's
selling
what I'm saying.
Snickers.
We've got every... Snickers has went out and just raided the graveyard, buddy.
Well,
and
I'd love to know, did she ever sign on to say, yeah, I'll sell Snickers someday?
Nope.
Absolutely not.
Did they have Snickers when she passed away?
I don't know.
Man, I'd like to know if they had 50 Snickers. What does that taste like? Does it have cocaine in it? Coke did.
Coke.
Everything had cocaine in it.
Yeah, it did.
Back then, why not?
Lithium, cocaine.
Exactly. Put some nitrous in it. It's
It's all
fun.
good stuff.
For your heart.
Hard. Explode.
I mean, there's that old adage, a bottle of wine a day keeps the doctor away.
I've heard that.
I've heard that too, because you don't need a doctor, you need a mortician.
Way cheaper, by the way, especially with the way
Absolutely.
healthcare is going.
Absolutely.
Yeah. All right. Wanted to move on to this one just because my reaction to this was similar to, if you go look at our tweet from 2 days ago, well, by the time you hear this, 4 days ago. Comic book now, Batman is officially considered a metahuman.
Oh, Jesus.
Right. So here's the deal. So this is all part of this leading up to the Batman Metal series. And apparently Batman was exposed to an element that it allowed him to heal, but it has also given him powers that maybe we're not aware of yet. And to this I say, boo this man. Because
this genre. What are we
what the
doing?
crap? Why?
Big old bag of
You know what? Let me take a step back and say, if this is a one-shot, we want to do something crazy with Batman, cool. Let's see what you do. This is not canon. Move away.
I don't... I mean...
Why do we have to give everybody powers?
Yeah, why?
He does have the powers.
Why is it necessary?
He's literally the smartest man in the room. That's what his power is. He's supposed to be this hyper ridiculous detective, which we never see, and except in the games. They're doing a great job in the games, it seems like, at least the ones I've seen. And that's his power. Why do we have to deform that?
That is aggravating.
Yeah, and it's just talking about this Dark Days series. So as I was going to be specific, he came in contact with nth metal.
Within the nth degree?
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus.
Come on,
but
man.
It is disappointing because, I mean, I know I'm going to say this with a grain of salt, but I really felt like Batman was supposed to be, the reader hanging out in a room among gods and demigods and stuff like that. Granted, I don't think any of the readers had the wealth that Bruce Wayne has, but at the same time, he's still just a dude in a teched out suit.
Right.
Sure he is, but he has
just like Tony Stark is
infinite resources.
Yeah.
Exactly. Just like Tony Stark is supposed to be the conduit for the reader, standing in a room with a super soldier, a literal Norse god, a green rage monster, etc., etc.
Yeah.
Well, but you always have your guy, Hawkeye, who is just like Joe Blow.
Yeah, that is true.
Shoot arrows.
Yeah. Hot guy's just a dude with
but
bows
he has
and
to have a
arrows.
certain amount of
And none
superpower
of this makes
too.
sense.
Yeah, but Batman, like you said, is the reader. He is the man who's considered equal among gods and is just a human. So, and I mean, I think that's really cool. I mean, that's a cool character. I mean, for as long as he's went, think about every other character that has similar kind of attributes or even powers beyond that, that's just garbage and no one pays attention. I'm looking at you, Aquaman. But I mean, just no one cares, about those people. But Batman has survived all of that. He's like you said, he's reading a magazine while everybody's talking about like universal destruction. He's like, I'll get to it. I got to finish this arc.
It's like, I already know what's up.
He already knows what he wants to do.
So
it's stupid. I
really
I'm with
do
you on
hope
that. It's stupid.
I really do hope this is just a alternate
one-shot.
universe,
Yeah,
one
yeah.
shot kind of thing. I hope this isn't like the future of Batman is now that he's a metahuman.
It depends.
Because come on, unnecessary.
I think it's depending on the success of it.
Yeah.
If it's big and people love it, they'll push it.
Push it real good.
Dun, 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 dun. We don't want to see it anymore. So,
And I also think it's going to be one of those depending on the writer type situations.
True.
Because now if the writer knows, Batman could have superpowers, this is going to be neat. A writer is going to realize, hey, I can get some name recognition, positive or negative, from being the guy that decided, yeah, Batman's going to have laser eyes? Question mark.
Superman.
He's gonna.
Well, I'm just throwing that out there because somebody, some writer is going to decide to be "quote unquote" that guy, to be that guy that gives Batman like bat wings that come out of his back or something stupid like that.
Yeah.
This can't be the first time this has happened, though. There's no way.
For
there's no
Batman
way
to have superpowers.
There's no way this is reinventing the wheel right here.
He's
been a bat before.
Yeah,
and he's had a lantern ring, but it's always been like circumstances
external
around Bruce Wayne / Batman that have caused this to happen. And at least in my memory, I can't think of a time where Batman was "quote unquote" outright a superpower / metahuman.
Wouldn't it be cool though if this was a journey for him? He's got these powers. He's like, wow, I'm really up here with these other guys, and he realizes maybe how much of a deficit they are, or how much he depends on them. And he's like, you know what? And he expels them maybe towards the end of the story.
He gets rid of them.
Yeah, he's like, this is garbage. This is not who I am.
Take it away.
Take it away from me. Figure out how to. He would obviously figure out how to fix it.
He says to Superman, "I don't want your life.
I don't want your life, dirty alien."
I really feel like that's what we're missing in 2017.
I'm going to build a wall around Earth.
Varsity Blues references.
I've done it 2 weeks in a row, man.
I know. Yeah, I'm glad one of us is championing that cause.
This used to be the Harrison Ford cast. Now it's going to be the Varsity Blues cast.
I've got lots of lines for that.
Tie everything into Varsity
Superman,
Blues.
you think you'll enjoy hell? Aliens don't go to heaven.
Well, while we're being curmudgeon about Batman, Landon, you wanted to play a little audio for us this week and get our reactions to it. So I don't know if this is something you want to tee up, or should we just go in raw, or what have we got here?
No, I'll tee it up. You talked about at the top of the show how we've just come out of San Diego Comic-Con and D23 and how there are a lot of big movie announcements made around those. One of the bigger announcements, and this surprises me, it comes off of the Justice League trailer. You remember that reveal at the end where Jeremy Irons, Alfred, says, "Oh, he said you'd come. Let's hope you're not too late." And then it cuts, and we're like, who's he talking to?
Yeah.
There's been actual audio leaked on the internet that I've gotten a hold of, and this is an exclusive right now just to us. So, Justin, go ahead and cue it up.
Right.
There will be a little bit of like ambiance that leads up to those lines. I don't know. I'm kind of surprised they haven't put this video out there, but maybe they wanted to like save this as a reveal. But I don't want to tell you how I got this, but I did get this audio. So go ahead and cue it up.
Sorry, false start there. And before we go in, I'm going to make a prediction that this is it's a T-Rex from the original Jurassic Park, because we saw rings in the water cup. Yeah, and he's coming to save the day.
I'm going to say it is Turbo from GoBots.
Oh, all right. Well, I like both of those guesses, but like this is a reveal I did not see coming. So, okay. Justin, play that maestro if you will.
You said you'd come. Now let's hope you're not too late.
And his name is John Cena!
Nice.
Yes.
Nice.
Your time is up. My time is now.
So we can now confirm Super Cena is in the Justice League, you guys.
Okay.
It's amazing.
Well-
like did not see that reveal coming. He is getting in the ring and is going to put boots to asses this November.
All I can say is he wasn't the hero we wanted, but he is the hero we need.
Well, I
He is.
mean,
And also, he's the hero that we can't see.
we just added Superman's mustache, so we might as well just go ahead and add that too.
Just go ahead and put on some like really garishly colored costumes for him because that's what Cena wears. But yeah, I mean, John Cena, I had no idea. The fact that DC was able to keep this under wraps, good on DC.
Wow.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
I wish I hadn't known. I really would have loved to react to that in the movie. I would have lost my mind if I'd
Yeah,
seen
sorry,
that,
spoiler
seen that in
alert,
the
I
movie
guess.
He
theater.
is larger than life.
Yeah.
But,
Can you,
but-
honestly, can you imagine if really they did something like that? Well, first of all, they're
I
just
wouldn't-
admitting, okay, you know what?
I wouldn't hate it. I'm not gonna lie to you. At this point, Justin, I wouldn't hate it. I would be like, okay,
Let's see where this goes, everybody. Hold
okay,
on, hold on.
okay.
I'm trying to think of, like, put yourself in that situation. You've watched Justice League for 2 hours or however long, 3 hours before we've seen anything like Superman or anybody. We're suddenly building up to a reveal. It's John Cena. I think
Nobody would see it coming.
I think honestly, at that point, it would become my favorite movie of all
But
time.
here's the thing, though. We would hear his voice, but we wouldn't see him
Exactly. I mean, that's part of his superpower.
because
that's
you,
something that
you
even
can't
Superman
see
doesn't
him. Hand wave here. This is an audio media.
Well, they still can't see us, so
They still can't see us. I mean, it's just like podcasting.
Could we bring in Jim Ross to go, oh my God, please?
Everything, as Landon told me earlier this week, Jim Ross makes everything better.
That's a scientific fact.
It's true. There was a video I passed around that was delightful that I've watched 10 times.
Oh,
And Matt asked me, "Did you make this?" God, I wish
The
I
first
made that.
person I thought of was like, is Landon's name on this? Let me see if by Landos. No, maybe he's got a pseudonym now.
I can actually picture the way you can make that work is you make Jim Ross like an anchor on a local news program.
Oh, yeah.
And so they're doing like live feeds from helicopters of all the destruction in the city, and he's watching John Cena just laying some fools out.
Oh my God, he just got in there and suplexed him.
He's gonna stack like 5 meta demons high and give them all an AA, and then strap Steppenwolf into the STFU.
Absolutely.
God, oh my God, this movie is gonna be the best of all time.
I think it will
Thank
be.
you, John Cena.
I'm not against any of this. I really ain't. I mean, I can't hate on any of it because I'm like, sounds better than what we've been hearing.
We already know The Rock is part of the DC.
We do.
Movie
We do.
universe
So
now.
it's connected
Oh
to
my
the
God.
WWE.
We can now confirm that the WWE takes place in the DC movie universe, you guys.
And they're all superheroes.
And they're all
And,
superheroes.
Of course, they're all superheroes.
They never bleed when they get hit. I mean, how many chairs have you seen these guys take? Not one drop of blood.
Yep. Well, especially in the PG era. But spoiler alert: at the end of the movie, Roman Reigns goes over, and everybody is pissed.
Oh my God! What if they're the Royal Rumble? Anybody who gets thrown out of Earth is out.
Oh, you're getting demoted to another like parallel Earth.
You gotta go-
You have to go to Earth 7. Nobody wants to go to Earth
Yeah,
7.
no one goes to Earth 7. It's cold.
We all lose our minds when like the NWO shows up at the end.
Wolfpack.
Oh my God, I would pop so hard. Post credit reveal: the following post credit reveal is paid for by the New World Order.
What? Yeah, but
Guys,
then you have to-
I'm really glad we're recording this. I think we really need to write this out.
I think it's already been written.
Fanfic. This is our
Yep.
slash fanfic.
There's slash fanfic.
Yep, we're gonna ship them. Wait, no, I don't. No, we're not gonna ship them. That has a whole bad.
That does
negative.
have a different connotation for sure.
Yeah.
All right.
Nice.
I don't know how we can top John Cena in the DC movie universe, so I feel like that's probably where we should end it.
Sure. I don't think we can.
Yeah. So I just want to send out the call one more time. Ladies and gentlemen, how do we make this show better each week? It's by interacting with you, the fan, and we do that on our social media. So I would like you to please interact with us on our Twitter account, which is @nerd_news_cafe. I'd like you to visit our Facebook fan page, which is Nerd News Cafe. Pretty easy to find. You can go to our website, nerdnewscafe.com, and email us at nerdnewscafe@gmail.com. We are everywhere in the sky, Go to the Googs. And just put in Nerd News Cafe and we'll come up. I promise. You'll see our ugly mugs. Mm-hmm. Before we wrap it up, Landon, you want to plug your show?
Yeah, first of all, twitter.com/Landoz, Landoz. That is where you can get the most up-to-date updates on the hottest new podcast that nobody is listening to. It's Game of Thrones Talk, a.k.a. Got Talk. Myself and my good friend Hunter Reese, we are breaking down HBO's award-winning Season 7 of Game of Thrones stuff. I said it last week was happening. Even more stuff has happened. Looking very forward to see where this season goes. And you can hear every Thursday at buttmunchchips.com. Buttmunchchips on your button munch. You can hear every Thursday Hunter and Mai's thought on the previous week's episode of Game of Thrones. And we also have a question of the week. And we want to get some interaction with the listeners. Hit me up on Twitter. Once again, twitter.com/Landoz, Landoz. And Hunter is on Twitter, twitter.com/TheTallEffect, effect with an E.
Hey, so I know one of the things that you guys like to do is speculate, like how everything's going to end. How will the season end? How will the series end? I come down on the side of this show has done nothing but break hearts. And I guarantee you, my personal guarantee is that it will not be a happy ending.
God, no.
I really think, I mean, there's a reason that they started the show off and the tagline was "Every man must die." Mm-hmm. Everyone's going to be dead at the end of this thing. And I think it's going to be the White Walkers win.
That's a pretty fair guess, but hey, you know what? If HBO wants to borrow an idea from DC, I'm pretty sure John Cena could save the Seven Kingdoms.
Or Rome comes in and tackles it all.
Dude, if Roman is the one left sitting on the Iron Throne at the end of this series, people are going to be pissed.
Just saying.
Why does HBO have to keep pushing Roman Reigns?
Well,
it's better than Ben Reigns.
He tests very well.
He tests very well. Sorry.
The Nielsen ratings are very high for Roman Reigns.
God, the Nielsen rating.
That's what we go back to.
Every time.
Full circle, everybody.
Matt, you need to throw out anything this week?
I'm still workshopping the Discovery podcast. I'm having real trouble with names right now. I've got an idea for what I want to name it and what I want to do. I'm very close to releasing it.
Okay.
But it's just going to be up to the point of before the show opens. I want to get a couple thoughts on the first preview and then and information that's come out and then the second trailer we've got. So.
Yep.
But I haven't
set the table.
I haven't named it yet, and that's the problem I'm having right now.
That's the hardest thing to do. I mean,
it is.
Coming up with that catchy name. Waiting.
That's
waiting
what Tom
can be
Petty
the hardest
said.
part.
Yeah.
Waiting is the hardest part, but coming up with a name, you want to go with something that's catchy, not too long, something that's memorable.
Well, I wanted to put FML Trek, but that just didn't work. It just didn't sound like it would grab everybody the way it's grabbing me. So I'm still workshopping it.
Sounds good.
I think you found a winner, man.
So I don't know. I may go with that one. I have some other ideas, but...
All right. Well, we'll find out. We'll leave you on a cliffhanger. What will Matt name his podcast? Will John Cena save the DC universe? and how will we waste another hour of your time? Come back on Thursday and find out. Until then.
Oh my God, in transmission!
That was